coming this way. Wait a minute, hey, I'm ghosted!
By Roz Hernandez.
Oh my God. I'm joined by, I feel like it's appropriate to say, podcasting legend.
I'll take it. If you say it, I'll take it.
Because when you think about it, it's like, that's an art form that like is in our lifetime, and you've been there the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, I think that this business that we're in, when you're performing, you are always trying to find things you have control over. And for the longest time, I'd be performing at UCB. I still perform, out on stage, but podcasting was like the closest way of having that outlet to just get up and do something. Yeah. And in the beginning, no one was listening, which was kind of really fun. You just had this like kind of core group, and it's grown and grown and grown. And now it's become this giant business. But I feel like it's just another part of, you're an actor, you're a comedian, you're a podcaster, you direct. Like it's just another like tool that you need to have.
When did you start in podcasting?
15 years ago. I know that because this month, December, is the 15th anniversary of How Did This Get Made?
That's crazy.
Which is insane to think about, because in the beginning, when we started, people would be like, wait, what's a podcast?
Of course.
Oh, well, you got to go on the Apple Store and download the podcast app. It wasn't already in your phone. And then you'd have to search for the show. And then people weren't listening to it like on their phone. They were listening to it like at their computers at work, right? So it felt like you were doing a show in a black box theater. Like it just felt like, we can say whatever we want. And it's just a good chance to hang out with friends and do bits. So I love it. I mean, I don't look at it like it's a job. I don't look at it like it's anything more than getting a chance to hang out and, I don't know, just perform. It, like, again, especially in this moment where I feel like if you know anything about this industry, it's in this moment of people are like, it's contracting, it's this, it's that. But you get to go make something. It's the equivalent of like a short film or a comedy album that you're making every single week, which is awesome. It really is. It's like, I love it.
It's like,
I love it.
Like truly my favorite. Well, because I'm a phone talker. So I just like to talk.
Me too. I realized also it's like where your life kind of like things change up for you too. So it's like, I've had more conversations oddly on air,
of course, than
probably I've had on the phone in the last 10 years.
Well, and it's always like, wait, were people listening when I had that conversation, or was that one a private one?
Well, somebody made this joke and made me laugh so hard. Like now that they've added like voice memos on your phone, you're essentially like, well, now I have to listen to your podcast. Exactly. Like when you leave me a message, because it really does. People get into that cadence. It's like, all right. So anyway, I'm thinking like, wow, this is like a 3-minute long. Yeah. I'm not even used to holding the phone to my ear that long to hear the whole.
Voicemail is brought to you by Squarespace.
My wife, who is the best, for I would say easily, probably over 15 years, has never allowed you to leave a voicemail on her phone. It's always full. And she's like, I don't want it. I don't need it. I will never listen to it. So no matter what, there's been moments of like things where I needed to get in touch with her. And it's like, voicemail is full. And I'm like, that's it. And in a weird way, she's right. I could text. She'll get the text. I don't need the voicemail.
And you can see that someone called.
Exactly. And it used to irritate me so much. I'm like, why can't I get in touch with you? But I guess you are. And I don't know. I love that she's just shut down the voicemail option.
I'm remembering right now, the last time I saw you was we were doing Doug Benson's show at Dynasty Typewriter.
Oh my gosh, during the night of the storm.
And that fire started.
Yes. The fire. That was
LA fire, which was still in 2025, which is crazy.
Wow.
But
and I had to leave a little bit early from that show.
Yeah, because all of our phones were getting blown up by people that were like, this is real. This is bad. And I remember driving home and all the traffic lights were out.
Yes, it was scary because at that point, it was more of the windstorm part of the fire. It was weird. I remember driving to the theater. There's like 2 nights where I remember like just dead LA, but that idea of like driving to the theater and it didn't feel right. And we were in there and I was like, okay, we're going to do this show. But again, it felt like all the audience really did not show up that night. It was a pretty empty house. Yeah. And that's a big like telltale sound. But then you realize, or at least in my mind, I'm like, well, they're here. Like they deserve a show. Like we're not mad at the people who didn't show up. Like, embrace it. But my wife is like, why are you doing this show? Why are you leaving? Shit's going down. Like you need to be at home, not doing this show. And of course I did the show. And until it got to the point where my wife's like, everything is out in the house. I can't find the flashlights. You need to come home. And I was like, okay, I will come home. And I found all
Are you like a vibe person? Are you like, do you
I think so? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, in like what way? Like in the sense that like, I definitely get vibes. I feel vibes. I feel like that's like, and you can get the vibe of somebody very quickly. I feel like that's me.
Sure.
I feel like. And
no, but are you
like,
with, like from person to person, it's one thing, but like, do you go into a place and you're like,
bad vibes?
There's something weird about this room.
I think that room-based vibes harder for me to get.
Sure.
But like, if I walk into a party, I'm like, bad vibes. I can get that. I can get the energy of people more than the energy of places.
Okay.
Now, that being said, I mean, I feel like we're talking about the same thing, which is like, what's the energy coming off of? And maybe the energy is coming off of supernatural people.
What if it's invisible people?
I'm down. I am not against it at all. As a matter of fact, for my friend's bachelor party, we hired ghost hunters to do a
Wait.
Rob Hubel?
Yes. He was on this show.
Okay, yeah. So for his bachelor party, that's what we did. I did. I hired this mother and son ghost hunter in Ojai.
Amazing.
And we walked around this house, this big Airbnb that we rented. And
was it supposed to be haunted or
no? But we, it was like, the thought was maybe we'll figure some stuff out. Now I'll tell you the theory that this ghost hunter had, and I want to hear your theory on it because obviously you have a much larger point of view about it. This ghost hunter was saying that you personally have a ghost that is with you at all times. So yeah, you might be in a space, but that ghost that is with you is always with you. So that's what she was working off of, the idea of like, not that like the spaces contain the ghost, but the people contain the ghosts.
Yeah.
I mean,
there's a clip of Sylvia Brown. Jiha, I won't make you pull it up.
I would love, look, I'm a huge Sylvia Brown fan as somebody who...
And everything she says goes for me.
I mean, I came home, I was watching Donahue, Montel Williams, Sally Jesse Raphael. I mean, she was on and she feels to me, I grew up in Long Island and she has a very Long Island energy, like a very, like, give me a cigarette. I'm going to tell you, like cigarettes and light beer with a real, there's a surliness to her that I love.
Long Island, you have the Long Island medium.
Oh, yeah. I do.
You can't get more Long Island than that.
No, the Long Island medium is pretty special. It's interesting though, right? Because I'll tell you a little bit of a ghost story that I heard from a medium in Long Island.
Oh,
not the Long Island.
The Long.
Well, you see, you've taken over the Long. I mean, that it's really taken.
See, I think about that all the time. Like, I used to be a drag queen that wasn't on RuPaul's Drag Race. So I was like, I was in the field that people only know like the one reality show.
Yes.
And I used to say, it feels like being one of the other psychics on Long Island.
I hear what you're saying. Yeah, right. It's like...
Everyone is like, we know the lady, but you know who's busy? Teresa Caputo.
Right. And it kind of like devalues you in a way because it's like you're not the, it would better to be the Baltimore medium, like move to Baltimore, right?
That's the thing.
Stake out your claim.
If you live in a city where a medium gets a reality show, go to another city.
You got to move. You got to move because you're never going to be you'll always be the other.
Right.
I mean, now, by the way, that's a great reality show, The Other Long Island Medium.
That's what I want to know because there's other ones and they got opinions about her.
Oh, of course they do. I mean, like, this is my theory. And all right, so
we're going in because I need to hear.
Okay, yes.
About the what did the psychic in Long Island tell you?
Okay, I have two interesting things, and we're talking about it all, right? So
all of it, it's fine.
So, she was doing a reading for a friend of mine.
Okay.
All right. And so it was a one-on-one reading. They were having a conversation, but in the middle of that reading, the psychic said, "Oh, by the way, your sister, this is a message to your sister from your mom, who's already passed away." So the psychic was like throwing something to someone that was not in the room, which I never really had heard about. Like that you're like, "Oh, by the way, as I'm having this conversation, they're telling me pass some information down the line."
That would piss me off. I'm like, I'm paying.
Right. Well, that's what but then it makes me go, do I believe it more? Do I believe it more? Because it's like, yeah, you're paying me. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. I got to tell you, you got to talk to your neighbor about using lawnmower equipment.
I'm not here for that.
Okay. And now I will say that the other medium experience I had was, yes, I did buy a ticket for Tyler Henry.
Stop.
Yes.
You are the second person in a row that I have talked to that bought a ticket to see Tyler Henry. My last guest said that too.
Tyler Henry is interesting. And I find Long Island medium interesting for the same reason, which is you have to make a show, right? Are you inundated that much? Like I would almost prefer a show that like, hey, when I get enough, I'll get another episode out. But like you have to do it week after week. But then I met up with Moby, and I say that like in a way that I'm not ever meeting up with Moby, and this is a very rare occasion. Occasionally, Moby and I have been in the same space, and I would say that our level of noticing each other, because we're both bald white men, and we have a connection just in general. Like bald white men, we have a secret society that we look at each other, we understand what we've been through.
Is Joe Rogan in this though?
No, he wouldn't count.
He's a different one.
He's a different bald man. He doesn't have a bald energy. It's funny, when you say Joe Rogan, I don't think of him as a bald man. I think of him as a shaved head man.
Oh.
Which is a different thing.
Yeah, that's not.
I mean, he is a
real.
bald man, but I don't. Mom, I'd be curious what your audience thinks. I don't think that people would assume that Joe Rogan is bald. He is bald. But when you think of a pantheon of bald men, like I don't think of The Rock as bald.
Oh.
Right?
Well, also, if you get famous not bald, I do think that that's different.
That is true. That is true, right? That's our memory of that person. Interesting. So I will say, I was in this interaction with Moby. I believe it was at the Wolves Connection. This is the most insane. The Wolf Connection is like a place where a lot of people, I guess, like adopt young wolves and they're very cute. And then all of a sudden they like mature and then they become incredibly violent animals that you're not supposed to keep in an apartment. And so they kind of rescue these wolves and they're like therapy wolves and they're up in the mountains. It's
I've heard about this.
Yes, a beautiful organization. But we met and I said, I saw your episode of Tyler Henry. And I guess what I was saying was, is it bullshit? Right? Because like he's doing celebrities. Let me check in.
Yeah.
And Moby in his episode was a skeptic and had certain secrets that no one knew. And Tyler Henry was able to suss them out. And when I talked to Moby, who was like, it was when you talk to someone who is, it's like, oh yeah, I've had an alien encounter. Like you see on their face, it's not a lie. It's like, it's there, it's real. And that made me believe in Tyler Henry even more because then I came home and I watched an episode with the kid from Breaking Bad. And he was like, I got nothing for you. And I was like, that's what I want to see more of.
Oh, really? He did do that. Okay, that's good.
I think I need enough of, I got nothing for you.
See, I do a ghost hunting show on YouTube where I go to haunted hotel rooms and, sometimes I go to them and nothing happens. Right. And I'm like, it's so tempting to just be like,
I feel it.
Like whatever. Right. But I do think it makes it way more impactful when something really does happen that I can't explain. If I don't fake it, you know?
I think so. I think you have to have it has to, if you see it all the time, I think it loses its luster. I think it's actually more impressive. I think that's why magicians build in fails. Like, you know, it's like, oh, he didn't get it. And then it's like, but I did. And you're like, like you need to have levels because sometimes when you watch somebody that's so good, you forget, like, it's like you forget to applaud or you forget to be impressed with it. Cause like, well, I'm just watching someone be very, very good. Like I have a theory that before every Olympic event, you need to have a normal in shape person compete in the task. Let me see what the normal person could do.
Yeah.
And then let me be impressed by, because I'm watching people off a diving board. I'm like, well, yeah, these are the best in the world. How am I known? Better, worse, whatever. Give me.
Let me get in there.
Yeah. Show me a person who's good at diving. I'm not saying just put like some schmo up there who's never dove. Just give me like a fair to, an average. Give me an average diver. Give me an average runner. Let me just see what the average is.
That's fascinating. Yeah, they should do that with a lot of things. Like, have like an opener for Broadway shows, have like a community theater do it. And then, and then you realize, okay, these people are good.
I would love that before you go see like a classic musical. Someone that's before the overture. It's just someone doing a very good job at it. It's like, again, it's not about like, it's not like watching high school production. It's like, this is probably the best person this community theater has seen for 20 years.
Yeah, sure.
But it's not going to be Patti LuPone.
Few are.
I mean, I saw her live.
Patti LuPone and Sylvia Brown. Oh, they would have been great together.
She should play her. And a musical.
That's not a bad idea.
I would like that.
Sylvia the musical.
Oh, and then she does interactions with the audience. And then we have Patti like improvising with the audience.
Well, she does that anyway, whether it's in the script or not.
Sorry, I took you way off and I apologize for all of that.
No, it's good. This is a good problem to have. Okay, what I was going to say about Tyler Henry is I also... from hearing people firsthand, like your experience with Moby, I've talked to several people on this show and just in life. Trust me, anytime I meet someone that I know's been to Tyler Henry, if I'm at a party or something, I'm like, tell me about it.
Beeline over to it. Yeah. I want to hear the whole thing.
And they tell me, of course, it's longer.
Right.
And this is the thing. I did a show with 3 psychics. And I remember thinking... like, it's such a bummer because a TV show, it has to be 43 minutes or whatever. And so you're only going to see the highlights. So if people were to go to these people for a session afterwards, they're going to be like, on TV, it's right. But like in reality, it's longer. And there's some misses, they have to throw... I have a very strong belief that no psychic is 100% right all the time. They have to, if they were, they would, they'd rule the world. They'd be our...
Right. Well, I think it's an interesting thing because you want to, I think that the want to get connection is strong. And I think that we are in a world, I entered into this like performance space through improv. And improv is this whole idea of like the root of it is like yes and, right? Whatever you say, I'm saying yes to, and I'm adding to it. And and
that's Sylvia.
That 100%.
Sylvia's good at improv.
Oh, she's great at improv. And here's what I will say about Sylvia that I love is that she is quick, which is the best part, but also doesn't waver. Like there's a thing where a woman was like, my father, he called from an airport. He was in Miami and he said he was coming home, but then he never came home and we've searched and we can't find him. And, and where is he? And he's like, he's alive. He's in Minnesota. And
next.
And then she goes, and then like the host like, does that make sense? And the woman goes, no. And it's like, but I think like, and she doesn't give that much time to follow up, so I feel like
she makes choices.
Right.
Strong choices.
I sometimes coach and sometimes referee my kids' soccer games. And my rule whenever I talk to a ref that's coming in like, oh, I'm so nervous. I'm like, don't be nervous. Just be quick with your decision and that's it. And move on.
Commit to it.
Because it's like the minute you hesitate, like that was out of bounds or you made a decision and you go. And I feel like it's a good life lesson to be like, I made it. I'm not wavering. Let's move forward.
Yeah, sure.
It's like, it's the only way to be. But yeah, Tyler Henry, but I also feel like people want to hear, they want to connect. And when you go to a show, obviously, it's like you don't want him to do the hits, right? You want to you want to be like, oh, hopefully someone is trying to get to me. And I watched this, happen where, he's doing his thing. He's like, I see this person. It's a truck driver. It's a this, and people are standing up. So it's almost like he's whack-a-moling them down. Like, okay, and they're like this. And it's like, okay, so you sit when...
You're like, oh, I know a truck driver.
Right.
Died.
And it's like, boom, 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 boom. And it normally gets down to about 3. And that is when it gets really specific and goes. And for a while that the 2 are up there and then it gets down to 1. At least that's the way that I'm remembering it. And there's a moment where there were 2 and they were both kind of fighting. No, it's me, it's me, it's me. And Tyler had to be, it's actually not you. It's that other person.
Oh.
And that person like, and he was wonderful with the person. He's like, I know you're upset. I know. And I'm just not, it's not for you. It's not coming for you.
See, that's what bums me out is that my people never want to talk to a psychic. I go to so many psychics and I'm like, where's my relatives?
Yeah.
They're like, they said bye.
Well, this is my whole thing is I don't like tarot cards. I don't like psychics. I believe in ghosts. I can believe in aliens. I can do all this sort of stuff. But psychics scare me because I don't want to be told something that will get in my head in the wrong way. Right?
Yeah.
And not that I'm susceptible, but maybe it's true. Maybe it's true. I remember like at one point my mom had seen a psychic and she came back and she said, oh, the psychic said that you're going to be writing a lot and you're going to be on airplanes a lot. And even that, it's vague, right? I'm writing, I'm on airplanes. 2 things that are true-ish. Well, yeah, they both are true. But I hated even being funneled into like any kind of bracket. I felt like it took away my own free will. And not that, because it's like, it's in my head. Well, the psychic did tell me I was going to write and be on planes, I guess.
Yeah.
And then you're fighting it. That's what I think I have the issue with making like goal-oriented lists for me. I mean, my goal-oriented lists are less about specific things and more about general things.
Okay.
I mean, that's at least, I don't know. How do you feel about that? Do you want to be told like you're on the right path? You're not on the right path? Like,
I've been to psychics so many times.
Yeah.
Mainly because I need something to talk about. I've been doing this one for 6-7 years. I got to talk about something. Yeah. So I go to these psychics all the time. And yeah, part of what I want is like when I have gone before where I'm, first of all, never gone when I'm in a great place in life.
Right. Oh, right. There you go. Right. Of course. Right. You're wrestling with something.
And I'll go to them and I'm just like, what should I do? Like I've gone a few times where I'm like up for a job and those things are so, there's so many opportunities. I don't like to ever be like, if this one doesn't happen, my life's over.
Right.
Like I definitely don't feel that way, but sometimes I'm just like, am I getting her or not? Because I got other plans.
Right. I need to make some choices.
Yeah. I need to take this other thing or whatever. So I've gone to psychics before and they'll just be like, no, you're not going to get it or whatever. And then I'm like, okay, great. Then I'm going to stop stressing about it. However, I went to a very famous psychic one time and I did that exact same thing. And she said, you're not going to get it. And I did.
Well, that's the thing. Now, going back to your first question about vibes, right? And vibes of ghosts or vibes of people. Do you think that on some level, well, I guess I have 2 questions for you. Number 1, do you think that everybody that you've gone to has the ability?
I think everyone does.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
And I guess the question is, what you're bringing into that meeting. I think part of it is about reading people. And I don't think that I'm not saying that to undercut that they can see something, but it is about like where you're carrying yourself. Like if you felt like I am not going to get this job or I don't feel good about this or I'm concerned about this, they're almost reading that to be like, you're not going to get it because it's like you're almost shading it in that way. It's like when you carry yourself in a certain way. That's my thought. And so I think that some psychics may be really good at reading people. Some psychics may be really good at reading the future. Now, my wife went to a psychic who like predicted something about my book that came true. But again, it was funneled around. It wasn't asked about. It came in a different direction.
See, if a psychic did that to me, I would
stick on the script. You'd be like, stick to the script here. This is about me and you.
Oh, I've had that. I've had a problem before where a psychic that just wanted to talk about other stuff. And I'm like, babe, it's by the minute.
Right. Yeah.
No, but to me, I think I'm going to start doing this to people. I'm going to be like, I went to a psychic. She told me something about you. $5.
That's what you need. You need to monetize.
I need to get it back.
Yes.
I need to pay off what I paid
that was your
for.
minute. That was you're paying for their minute.
But I want to go way back to answer your question about the bachelorette parties, ghost hunters. Yeah. Which, by the way, I should do bachelorette parties. I'm adding that to my...
It would be great. And it was so much fun because like we were trying to be like, what would be a fun thing that doesn't make anybody feel bad? Like, you know, it's like we just want to like have a nice time. Like, and it was fun. It was fun in a weird way. It was like it made the whole weekend a blast. Like, that was a weird thing that happened.
Yeah.
And then there was also pools and we had a great time and good dinners and whatever. But it was like...
Now, what if you would have conjured up some ghost strippers?
Well, that, you know, she really felt the pressure to be at the bachelorette party. So she was trying to like lean into, hey, we're going to do stripper stuff. And we're like, oh, no, they don't have to.
Wait, you don't hire a ghost hunter to start stripping.
Well, she was like, I got the whipped cream. We're like, oh, no bits, please. You know, like we didn't need the bit because she's also with her son. Like, she was in good fun trying to do it, but it was like, yeah. Now, ghost strippers. Well, I guess, do you believe that like objects, like this object right here, this you know, Liberace, could this be Annabelled?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so
I think so.
All right. See, I bumped into Matt Rife and beelined to him. I don't know him.
He bought Annabelle.
I was like,
what did he buy?
He bought
he's like her guardian.
Yeah, well, he bought the house with all the objects in it.
What could go wrong?
Ooh. By the way, deep dive on those two, the Conjuring family.
Yeah, we've talked about it.
But again, beelined right up to him. Like, this is what I will tell you why it was my introductory question. I was like, are you touching that thing? Are you like fucking with Annabelle? Like, I didn't say that. That wasn't my entry point, but it was like, that was my thought. Like, do you respect Annabelle enough like to have this responsibility? It's a huge responsibility. If Annabelle is,
she's a big star.
I mean, she's a giant star,
and she needs a guardian.
I mean, she needs a proper guardian, and everyone who's been involved with Annabelle has reached an untimely demise. You know, so these are questions that I needed to ask, and I will tell you that again, like that person I spoke to, you, Moby, you see it in their eyes. He had a respect for Annabelle. I mean, he's also doing ghost stuff. He's doing a lot of and that's where I think I lean. I'm like, good. Now I'm more on board. You got to respect for Annabelle. You're not opening up that case. Good. All right.
Now, but can Annabelle do crowd work?
I mean, we'll see. I mean, here's the thing. You should come to the show with good things because Annabelle might come after you. Like, now is Annabelle like trying to
She's
protect?
Backstage being like, you better not.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyone who like fucks up this set, you're going to get there. Because is Annabelle protecting the owner? I would think that potentially don't wrong Matt or risk the wrath
that's a scary
of
thought.
Annabelle.
Yeah. Well, so do humans have ghosts that stick around with them? I think a lot of people say yes. But there is a Sylvia Browne clip where a woman is very sincere and she's like, there's I keep feeling like there's like someone inside of me, and she's like going on and on about this, hoping that Sylvia's gonna be like, yes, there's a person in you or whatever. And Sylvia just goes, that doesn't happen to people. She goes, you need to go to a specialist.
Now you see, like in a weird way, I think that she's right. That's probably the best advice this person needs. Maybe therapy.
What is this ghost story I heard that you have from childhood?
You know, it's always interesting. Did I see a ghost? Have I had ghostly interactions? You know, I feel like, you know, very much, I'm coming to you. Obviously, you have a lot of experience in this field. But I remember this thing so vividly, so clearly. And it has a two-part to it. When I was a kid, I loved camping out. I loved, camping out to me was I'm going to sleep in the living room. I'm going to sleep over here.
Sure.
I was sleeping out wherever it was, but primarily in the house. It wasn't like camping outside. It was camping out I'm going to set up a bed over here. And so one night in the many campouts I did in my own house, I set up a sleeping bag in the hallway. Now, there was a hallway that was leading to my room. And on the other end of the hallway was my parents' room. No one would ever walk through that hallway because you would only be going to my room. That would be it. And I didn't have any brothers or sisters. I just had my mom, my stepdad, and me. That was it. That was the house. And I'm out camping out in the hallway. And I woke up and I see this image that was from my feet above me, and it was very, very peaceful, just looking down on me. And
did you see a face? And
I saw a face. It was a woman's face. It was a blue aura, and I'm going to save some of this, and then and white, and she was draped in a white thing. I guess the closest example I could give you to what she looked like was Roman Catholic versions of Mary. That, so that kind of an image. And I just opened my eyes. I didn't freak out. I wasn't afraid. I felt very peaceful. And we just sat there, or I laid there as she was over me. And we just were in that moment. And then I kind of rose to just get up, not out of afraid, but I don't even know if it was to touch or whatever. It was just to kind of see, and then disappeared. And that image of that face, that image has been with me. And I guess you can say, oh, well, sleep or this, whatever. That image has been with me for a very, very long time. Now I'm talking about probably 25 to 30 years later. I'm on set.
For what?
I was shooting NTSF SDSUV, which was this Adult Swim show that I did for a couple of years that I created, which had an amazing cast, great people. Yeah. And this grip comes by. And this grip was not always on the show, but sometimes on the show. And he said to me, he's like, can I ask you a question? I was like, yeah. He's like, you believe in ghosts? And I said, I do, actually. I don't have much experience with it, but I do. And he goes, did you ever see, and he describes this image. He goes, and I go, oh my God, I've never talked about this image. I never had said it. It's like this woman in blue and with white, and described this image perfectly to me. And I go, yeah. What? What do you mean? He's like, well, she's right here. And I was like,
she was on set?
She was on set. And I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, he's like, I feel like I have this empath thing. I see it, what you saw. And yeah, I just wanted to tell you that she's here. Now, that I can only say no money was exchanged. No, I wasn't. This wasn't a part of a larger conversation.
Yeah.
He saw the image that I saw. It blew my mind.
So is this woman always with you, you think?
I wonder. Now,
because I was wondering who that lady is. I thought that was your publicist.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So that's to me the closest I've come to something. And I feel like the version of it from a kid was interesting. And I'm sure you could write that off in a million different ways. But the kicker of it is this almost stranger describing something that I'd never said, and maybe to a handful of people.
You never said it in your years of podcasting.
Never. I don't talk about it.
So do you think that house was haunted, or do you think was the ghost attached to you?
Well, that's the question that I think I'm trying to wrestle with. It's not of anyone in my life that I can imagine. At that point in my life, my parents are alive. They're still alive now. My grandparents were alive.
Did you ever ask any of them
about this?
Yeah.
No. My mom told me a story and this is an interesting thing. We became born again Christians. So then there was a lot of like Catholic ghosts in the mix. Oh. You know, like there were like, you know, speaking in tongues, like that whole idea, like the spirit of the Holy Ghost is inside of you and it's kind of come out and you're like, well, you know, like that, that idea is like you are letting a ghost speak for you, which would contradict, you know, Sylvia saying that no ghost can be inside. But like that, like you're opening yourself to the Holy Spirit. Now, what kind of ghost is that? Is that the same ghost? Is it one ghost? I don't know. So there were things about that. And then there was a lot of stories in church about, you know, my mom tells the story about being on a couch. Now this, as I describe it to you, sometimes I do this where I'll start to tell a story from my childhood. I'm like, wait a second, that makes no sense. But this is how it was told to me. My mom was on a couch sitting on one end and she believed a ghost on the other end. The couch seesawed. Like it lifted. Now I don't know what possible world that could possibly
be.
Went up she went up.
Well, that's a heavy ghost.
I mean, I was going to say it seems like a very corporeal thing. You know, it doesn't seem like ghosts carry weight. I don't know. And again, if you are a ghost out there dealing with weight issues, I have no issues with you at all.
You know, I saw something only one time in my few years of ghost huntressing. I saw a coffee pod, like those like Keurig little things. Mm-hmm. I saw one of those get thrown. And so that makes me like, okay, I guess ghosts can like do things.
Right, move things.
They can like touch, which always makes me think, well then that means they could if they can lift a couch with their fat ass, they could sit on top of me and squish me. They could pick up a knife and chop me up.
Okay.
So now I'm scared of ghosts.
Well, now you've opened up a big world. I mean, obviously Annabelle is Annabelle is a ghost inhabiting the body of a doll.
To warn your friend Matt Rife.
Well, I didn't say yes. Okay, like
close friend.
You know, I wanted to make sure, because if this is the power of hell incarnate, we got to make sure it is being handled.
Do you believe in Annabelle? I mean, now that you've met him,
do I believe in it?
Well, you certainly believe he believes it, right?
Yes. What I don't believe in is that family. And that to me is.
You're talking about the Warren family. Yeah.
I feel like that might be, because here's the thing. If you really do your research on Annabelle, there's nothing to back up any of those stories. The same way with like the Conjuring, like what went on there. There's no, like, as a matter of fact, there's definitive proof that all of it is made up. Like, you know, that the woman who was the ghost didn't kill herself, that she was actually a farm woman who had children, was over there. I'm mixing up some of the things.
Bathsheba.
Yeah, exactly. Like, so this whole idea of like, oh, who are these sorority girls that had this doll? Why didn't they ever call the police?
We don't got their names.
We don't have anything.
Yeah.
So there is a part of me that, and this is the world. I think two things can be true. There can be charlatans and there can be people who are out there doing it and having it. And then there can be people who are kind of eating from both sides, which is like, like a Tyler Henry. Like, I'm going to get paid, but I'm also legit. Right? Like, it's like, it's like.
Well, I think there's a lot of people that succumb to the pressure of like, oh shit, I have to always deliver. So I'm going to, okay, maybe I will make something up a little bit.
Right.
But like, I think that it originates with like, oh, okay, I was really psychic a lot of the time, but I had to like, Well,
do you have like, this is the psychic issues that I deal with, which is I will have a very vivid dream weeks before an event happens.
Oh, that's cool.
And that's something that I have had my entire life. And it comes true. It comes true. And but it's not like I won the lotto in my dream and I won the lotto. It's just a person, an interaction, a place. It's very fragmented. It's, I guess, what déjà vu is to a certain degree. And that is always wild because it feels so real in the dream that then when it happens in real life, I'm like, wow. And I can find that connection. Like, I remember the dream And then I feel that connection. I'm like, whoa, that like those get me. There's moments that get me.
I feel like that just means you're on the right path. Like you're going where you're supposed to be.
See, I'm already taking it in. I'm
I
there.
think it's good. So Annabelle is an industry plant.
I agree.
Annabelle,
yeah.
Like there's this story I'm obsessed with about, it's kind of like something that inspired Showgirls, one of my favorite movies of all
the best.
time. Where there was, one of the casinos was like, you know, instead of paying for some big celebrity to star in one of our shows, let's just like come up with a lady and be like, this lady, she's coming, everyone. Like put her on all the billboards.
Wow.
Like I think this was in the early 90s. I can't think of what her name was, but they were like, you know, you gotta see her. And she was just like some lady.
Okay.
And then so then people started coming to buy tickets. And I feel like, could Annabelle be like that, where they're like, let's just say that like this Raggedy Ann doll, and you know, the more you just start talking about, we'll put her in a box, and then just be like, trust me, you don't want to mess with her.
Well, I mean, there's a famous story, and I don't know how familiar you are with this person, but Steven Seagal.
Oh,
you know,
yeah, okay.
right? Steven Seagal was a trainer, like a karate instructor to Mike Ovitz. And Mike Ovitz, a very big Hollywood agent at the time. Probably one of the biggest. Like when you think about like mid 80s, he is controlling Hollywood. And there's a lore or a legend to it being like, I can make anyone a star. I will make my karate teacher a star.
Oh,
and
so he did it as a challenge.
As a challenge.
That's fun.
And, you know, that's why like Steven Seagal's like backstory is ever evolving. Like it was like in the beginning, it's like, oh yeah, this guy was former CIA. He's not. You know, he did do this. He didn't. You know, it's like only thing that he was he was very good at Aikido and he trained in Japan. That's the truth. And then he moved to LA, not trying to be an actor, just teaching Aikido to very wealthy, rich people. And there you go.
I need someone to do this to me.
Oh my God, it would be the best thing.
Okay, wait. I have to show you. Can I show you a haunted doll?
I would love to see a haunted doll.
So here's the thing about Annabelle. Since she's like that girl. She's the Taylor Swift, okay? She's the haunted doll.
Right.
There's a lot of these girls out there trying to be Annabelle. It's just natural. And so on eBay, there are thousands of haunted dolls at all times. And they come with backstories. They range in, I've seen them as cheap as $10. I've seen some for tens of thousands.
Whoa.
And they come with photos, they come with backstories, and we feature one every week. It is time for The Dolls Are Living.
Yes.
Okay, so I would like for you today to meet Gloria. Mm-hmm. And Gloria's going for $35. Jiha, show us Gloria.
You got it, Roz.
Yes.
Whoa, that looks a little bit like my wife.
She's definitely gorgeous. So who Gloria is, this is actually a Linda Evans doll.
I was going to say Linda Evans from
Dynasty.
Dallas. Oh, Dynasty, sorry.
Yeah. So that is who she is. And the backstory with Gloria. Now you have to keep in mind, this is the ghost that is now inside of this Linda Evans doll.
Right, because the doll is like Chucky, possessed.
Sure. Yes. Charles Lee Ray is now inside of Chucky.
I love that you were able to get Charles Lee Ray.
My dog's name is Chucky.
Oh, amazing.
I love Chucky.
I love Chucky.
Tiffany's my hero. Okay. So let me read you what it says about Gloria. This is Gloria. She is 52 years old. And here is her story from me and previous owners. Gloria loved Linda Evans. She loved Dynasty and would watch it every time it was on. She had this doll of Crystal Carrington and loved it. Gloria was a good woman. She would go to church anytime the doors were open. She lived with her husband, Robert, and they were married since they were 19. They had that kind of relationship that everyone envies. One day, her husband wasn't feeling well, but Gloria wasn't missing church. Robert decided to stay home while she went to church alone. While she was gone, Robert had a massive heart attack and unfortunately passed away. When she came home from church, she found him. She tried everything she could and got the paramedics there, but it was too late. She was heartbroken, and she never went a whole day without him. After his death, Gloria's health started declining. She started missing church and wouldn't leave the house. The only thing that would cheer her up was watching Dynasty. She ended up passing away due to a broken heart. So since I've had this doll, I've noticed a lot of activity when I put Dynasty on.
Okay.
I will hear clicks and pops near the TV, and I've also felt her touch my shoulder when her show was playing. One time I was playing her show, and I was getting tired, so I turned off the TV. I heard this loud bang like someone hit the TV stand, so I turned it back on, and I let it play all night. I do feel a feeling of dread sometimes when holding her doll. I feel really depressed, and it even makes me tear up sometimes. She is a sweet spirit. She's just been hurt. I'll play her show once a day just to cheer her up. So yeah, that's basically it. So
feels like
this feels like a marketing thing for Dynasty.
I mean, it feels like a little bit like look, it's you're forcing streams. Basically with this doll. Is this like a peacock?
I think Linda Evans is behind this.
Here's my thought. It seems like this woman who is so committed to her husband really just is now committed to Dynasty. Like, does not seem like the husband is factoring him. Like, we're adding to her depression. We're basically keeping her in her hoarder's nest. We're just saying, like, just relax, watch Dynasty. Don't go out. Don't go beyond. Don't leave this. Her husband's gone.
And that's what I think a ghost is like they're here because they're not dealing with their shit. Like, if you go to the light, if you accept that you're dead and like all of that, usually a ghost is stuck on Earth because of like trauma that they're not dealing with.
But do you feel like if my husband dies of a heart attack, my love of my life, and I get a chance to go to the light, I'm going to the light. I'm going to the light. Because that's where my husband would be.
But here's the thing. She was given the option of being inside of a Linda Evans doll.
So you think she took like the easy path, like ooh, I'll just do that. That'll be fun.
I mean, this woman's obsessed with Dynasty. She has a Linda Evans doll. She's like, what would be better, heaven or being Linda Evans? And I think that's what she's chose.
But I mean, Linda Evans doll.
It's not really Linda Evans.
It's like, right. If you got to possess Linda Evans, is Linda Evans still with us? Don't know. But
there's no way of knowing.
But I will say that it's a name I haven't heard in a long time, and I thought she was a wonderful presence.
Linda Evans, she is
still kicking.
She's a retired Norwegian American actress.
Okay.
She's 83.
Not bad.
Yeah, Linda Evans is behind this whole operation to get more people to watch Dynasty.
Now, I will say, by $35, a bargain, a steal, if you will.
Yeah, it's only $35.
It doesn't seem like she's a nice spirit. She's a depressed spirit. But you throw in a stack of like Dynasty season 2, maybe I'm going to buy that. I mean, now, give me a little incentive here.
Yeah, you should include that with. I mean, they should
throw in some Blu-rays.
Yeah, some Blu-rays. Also, make sure you're keeping an eye on when the Blu-ray is coming to the end.
Right.
Because if it stops without you putting another one on, she will throw your TV.
I mean, is this the thing that we have to... Now, it seemed like she's okay with one a day. Because
they're weaning her off, I think. You kind of have to.
But I do feel like at this point, if she was watching Dynasty in its prime, she's watched a lot of Dynasty. She's seen them all.
She knows every word.
But I guess the question is... I don't know. I am. It's a responsibility. It's like a dog. I have to feed this.
Oh yeah, you're not
Dynasty.
Just getting a doll. You have to take care of it.
This is the thing I'm not quite understanding. Do I want that responsibility, and why would I take that responsibility?
Because some people, they get lonely. You've got kids. You got a wife. You got a career. There's some of these people that are just like.
But you want to take in a haunted.
Yeah.
Yeah? All right.
Because you know what? If she gets to be too much, throw her back up on eBay. Ask $40.
I mean, do you imagine what's going on right now? Do you think that in her heart she knows, like, I'm on eBay? I'm just sitting there?
That's what I think about all the time is, does Gloria, who's in this doll, how would she feel if she found this posting?
I mean, I like that she's not just throwing Gloria in the trash. Now, by the way,
Oh, yeah, no.
I'd love to see a Toy Story 5 or 6 where we have a Gloria.
Well, this is what Toy Story is.
You believe that everybody is a ghost in Toy Stories?
Yes.
Okay, I like this.
And I think it's the same thing with these dolls because you never really see them walking around the house.
Right.
You never
Oh,
see video
yeah.
of that. So I do think that it's like, they do that thing. And then when people...
Right.
leave-
They're like, this is... all right. So not as scary as Annabelle.
No, I'd take Gloria any day. But no one wants to buy tickets to see Gloria.
Unless you advertise her appropriately beforehand.
Yeah, like
Now, if you
Matt Rife's not buying Gloria.
if you started a subtle thing, Gloria, this is the Dynasty ghost, and you start talking about it, then all of a sudden that price is going to...
Yeah.
Like there's a shirt that we sold on How Did This Get Made that never sold. It was a shirt that was like patently vulgar. And I couldn't believe that we made it. And one person once wrote in and said, as a matter of fact, I bought that shirt and was told to take it off on an airplane. Now
Wait, what did it say?
So it was a movie with Matt Damon called The Great Wall. And we were talking about, there was something that came up in the show, and we're talking about like a Senor Frogs style poster for The Great Wall. But like Senor Frogs, they had like these posters where like the frogs are fucking each other in different positions. So we created a Great Wall poster, which was just aliens fucking each other in different positions, spelling out the Great Wall. So it's just basically aliens in sex positions. And ever since I talk about it at the show, saying this is a shirt that never sold and people couldn't wear it out, sales skyrocketed. So I do believe that idea that you lean into something, all of a sudden, Gloria could be the next Annabelle. It could be the Annabelle that we want.
I know. See, I think that I should like Steven Seagal's.
Yeah. You should Steven Seagal Gloria.
Yeah. I like how I just called him Steven Seagal. Like
I think it's okay.
Kind of like a seagull, but fancy. Seagull. Okay, wait. Okay, one last thing. You're so easy to talk to. I feel like it's almost time to leave. Can I play you some ghost voices?
I would love to. So I have a ghost voice that I'm obsessed with on a ghost tour that I went on.
What?
Yeah, whenever I go to a city and I try to find a ghost tour and I go on those ghost tours and I do have one ghost voice.
Where'd you go?
This one was in what's the city in the Garden of Good and Evil? That city, is that Savannah? Yeah, Savannah. That's right. I did it.
You know what's so weird?
That's a city I believe is haunted. This
was such an opportunity for me to pretend I'm psychic because I was going to say Savannah like before you even said a city. Because when I think of ghost cities to go on tours, I think of Savannah. But okay, damn it! I should have just said it. I love Savannah. Wait, so you were there and you heard a ghost?
Yeah, I have the recording of it. Well, because I was on a ghost tour.
Where is it?
I mean, it's
you probably can't pull it up.
I can. Well, as I listen to yours, I can see if I can find it. I can. Because the phones are easier now to navigate. I know it's a video, and I know it's Savannah. So let's see if I can find that.
Okay, that'll be cool.
I'll see if it works.
It's time for EVPs or EV Police.
I love this.
So in the business, we call those EVPs, electronic voice phenomena.
I am a big fan. I understand it. I love it.
A lot of times it's an EV Police. Now, I go to YouTube. I find 2 EVPs that have been posted. I want you to listen, and I want you to tell me what you hear.
Okay.
And then I'll give you some options, A, B, C, D.
Okay.
One of them being what the person that posted it believes.
Okay, I got it. I can't wait.
This first one is from Chicago Paranormal Investigators, and it was recorded at the John Humphrey House in Orland Park, Illinois.
Okay.
What is this ghost saying?
That does sound like somebody on the phone in the other room. If I'm living in an apartment, that's what I'm hearing. It's like
it does sound like someone talking.
It sounds like someone's ordering or talking about ordering some Chinese food.
Well,
yes.
Did they think it was A? Ask me again and I'll tell you no.
Oh.
Sassy. Did they think it was B? Angry all the time. C, I'm great, how are you? Or D, I'd like the chow mein with the Kung Pao chicken.
No, I would lean towards D, but I think it is a ask me again, I'll tell you no. That's what I heard. Now, when you say it like that, I hear ask me again, I'll tell you no. Yep, now I hear it perfectly.
They think it is angry all the time. Wait a second.
I hear the first one.
Yeah, I hear more words. But it sounds like something. Good for you.
All right. So I'm going to say that's an EVP.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, why not? I mean, I would also, it could be just a person talking in a nearby. I mean, again, where is it happening? I don't know.
At the John Humphrey house.
Oh, okay. Well, yes. Okay, there it is. Sorry.
Okay, here's the next one. This one is from Creatures of the Night, Paranormal. And I'm not really sure the location.
Okay.
But what is this one saying?
That's it? Is it a grasshopper? That's hard. That is not. That's an EV, please.
Wait, it's very faint. Okay.
Nothing. I'm getting nothing from this.
Well, let me give you some options. Sometimes
okay, sure. Please, yes, yeah.
It puts things in your mind that maybe, I don't know.
I want to, please put things in my mind.
Is it A, I'm whispering.
Okay.
B, you get back. C, you're just mad. Or D, what are your pronouns?
I mean, I would love it if I'm just whispering.
Okay, they believe it's C, you're just mad. But, okay, I can kind of, it's very faint, okay?
Okay. I don't hear it.
You're just mad.
I don't.
Yeah, it's definitely not one of the best ones I've ever heard, but good for you, Creatures of the Night Paranormal. You keep doing it.
I found my EVP.
Okay. This is insane. This is very rare that we have a guest bring their own.
This clip that I'm about to play you is a clip from a ghost tour that I was on in Savannah, Georgia. And here we go.
Okay, so this tour guide had captured this already.
We went around and he was recording and trying to get stuff, and then he would go and kind of edit it and try to find a thing. That was not...
so that was in the moment.
That was in the moment.
It was on the ghost tour.
Yes, because I'm looking that I've actually cut down that clip from a minute 30 to this moment.
Okay, that's great.
So that was, I mean, I'm not dead.
I'm not dead. Okay, I thought it was, I had to die.
Oh, you see, there you go.
Or something
now,
like
I mean,
that.
I like the way that he did the EVP because he repeated it multiple times. So you start to, a cadence, a rhythm to it. But I thought it was, I'm not dead. I'm not dead. And then I thought, oh, that's interesting. This ghost doesn't know that they're dead.
This ghost is in major denial.
And like our Linda Carrington ghost may not know that she's dead because maybe she had died when her husband died mentally. She's atrophying. She may still think she's at home watching Dynasty.
She's watching Dynasty. She's like, why is the person turning off my Dynasty? Mm-hmm. And how come I can't turn it back on?
Right.
Yeah, I think that there is definitely a type of ghost that doesn't know that they're dead. But it's like, okay, can't you put the clues together? There's a ghost tour coming to your...
Right, I guess there's people walking by all the time.
Don't you wonder why there's ghost tours and they're not wearing...
Bruce Willis didn't know.
But especially these Savannah ones, it's like, honey, no one's got on a top hat anymore.
Right,
haven't you noticed?
Yeah, haven't you seen? But we don't know. We don't know that's like, I'm not dead because I was... That could have been mid-90s.
True. Wow, this has been fun.
What a blast. And we didn't even broach aliens, but if you want... there's a great new documentary out.
I hear about this.
Yes, it's really good. It's expensive to buy. It's like $25 on Amazon, but it's got real
Rubio?
marker. Yes, it's definitely. I think it's eye opening.
Yeah. So you watch this and you're like, they're coming.
I don't think I don't know if they're coming. There's thoughts. There's definitely thoughts. But again, that's a whole other. I don't want to pull us down the rabbit hole. Maybe we should both watch and reassess.
I love this. Okay. Well, it's time.
All right. We did it.
We got to go. Tell people where they can find you.
You
and all
can
that.
find me wherever you get social media or anything like that. I currently have a show with Rob Hubel called The Dark Web, where we go.
I love it. Didn't you watch Sylvia Brown clips on that?
Yes, we did, as a matter of fact. So, and in the lore of our show, we have been trapped in the woods because our studio burnt down from a haunted doll. That is true. So Rob was at a flea market, and he bought this doll, and the person said, this doll is haunted. When you look at it, it is a haunted doll. I'm just remembering all this right now. And so in the lore of the show, which is not real, we said the doll had burnt down our studio. We were and after Halloween. And so now we've been out in the wilderness, literally shooting episodes outdoors, and now the story continues. So yeah, that's where we're at. But
what is the haunted doll's name?
The haunted doll. Well, we call it Baby Poop My Pants. That's there was a little certificate, but I call it Baby Poop My Pants.
Did she survive the fire?
Yeah. Well, the doll has not been with us since the fire, so I don't think so.
I think she walked away in slow motion. She's like fire starter.
Like when whoever Angela Bassett throws the match and the car blows up. Yeah, that's what's happening there.
I love it. Well, you're so cool. Thanks for doing this.
This is the best. Thank you so much.
I'm not dead.
I'm not